Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum invites you to enjoy life. Life with Luigi, a new comedy show created by Cy Howard and starring that celebrated actor, Mr. J. Carrol Naish, with Alan Reed as Pasquale. You know, friends, Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum is a typically American product that appeals to people of all ages and nationalities in all parts of our country. And the Wrigley people feel that Life with Luigi is a typically American radio program. A friendly, enjoyable show that sort of symbolizes the American spirit of tolerance and goodwill. So the makers of Wrigley's Spearmint Gum are glad to bring you Life with Luigi each week and have you join them in this pleasant half-hour's entertainment. And now let's read Luigi's letter as he writes about his adventures in America to his Mama Basco in Italy.
Dear Mamma Mia. It's a funny thing, but you can tell what an American is doing by the way he's a walk. If he's a walk very fast, he's going to see as a girl. If he's a walk regular, he's going to see a friend. But if he's a walk slow and sad, he's going to pay his income tax. And right now is the income tax season in America, Mamma Mia. Why is it called the income? I don't know. Because nothing is a come in, everything is a go out. This week, all Americans, they're busy figuring out how much money they got to send to the government and how they're going to live on what they got left. I'm learning in my night school class that the reason they got taxes is so the government can keep working. Mamma Mia, if that wasn't to depend on my income tax, the government would be out of work. I don't know why I don't make more money, Mamma Mia, but I don't. Like every good businessman, I'm got what they call ledger, where I'm keeping my figures. On the left hand, I'm write down the money I'm paid out. On the right hand, the money I'm took in. So far this year, I'm never used my right hand. Well, I'm going to go to my night school class now, Mamma Mia, and maybe my teacher, Miss Spaulding, is going to tell me how I should figure out my income tax. America, I love you. You like a papa to me. Promotion to us.
All right, class. Quiet, please. I'll call the roll. Mr. Basco?
Here.
Mr. Horowitz?
Here.
Mr. Olson?
Here.
Mr. Schultz?
You got to ask?
Mr. Schultz, what makes you so exuberant today?
Oh, I got a nice check from the government this morning.
Oh? Income tax refund?
Who knows? When they give, I take. Hey, Miss Spaulding.
Yes, Mr. Basco?
I'm going to figure out my income tax. Do you know where I can do this? What's to figure out, Luigi? Send in your bank book to the government and pray they won't ask for more.
Schultz, you are not helping, Luigi.
That's right, you're only...
Now, class, that will be enough. Mr. Basco, I'll take up your problem later. Now, class, today we have a civics lesson about the government and its expenditures. Now, we all know that taxes are necessary to pay for government. So who can tell us some of the ways our government uses your money? Mr. Horowitz?
I don't even know how my wife uses my money.
Oh, come, Mr. Horowitz.
Well, they use the money to build things.
Yes? Build what things, for instance?
Oh, lots of things.
Would you say public works?
Certainly the public works. How else could they pay taxes?
Class, let's stop this foolishness. Now, who can tell us some of the ways in which the government spends our money? Well, can't anybody tell us where the government's money goes? Doesn't anybody know?
I think this calls for a congressional investigation.
Mr. Schultz.
Miss Spaulding, if you get stuck, just call on me.
There he goes, the Swedish Dr. IQ.
Ignore him, Mr. Olson. You may answer the question.
Oh. Last night, besides studying our regular lesson, I studied my encyclopedia. And I found out the government spends over $14 billion on the Army and Navy, $300 million for post offices, another $300 million for public roads, over $6 billion for the Veterans Administration, $650 million for the State Department.
Olson, stop! Leave over something for England. Spaulding.
Yes, Mr. Basco?
Where am I going to go there to figure out my income tax?
He's back.
Well, there are many places you may go, Mr. Basco. There must be hundreds of excellent accountants right here in Chicago.
Certainly, Luigi. If you want, I can recommend you an accountant.
Accountant?
Luigi Horowitz is right. You go to an accountant, he figures out everything statistically. And you know just what to pay the government.
After class, Luigi, I'll give you my accountant's card.
Oh, thank you, Horowitz. You think this accountant, he's going to figure out the good for me?
Schmai, Luigi. What if he don't? What if the accountant shortchanges the government a little? Can the government slap a heavy fine on you? Will the FBI investigate you? Will they clap you away in jail?
Sure, so will they?
Luigi, if they didn't, who would go to see an accountant? Luigi, my friend. Hello, Luigi. Hello.
Hello, Pasquale.
Hey, what are you doing with that book under your arm, a little banana nose?
Well, that's my business, the book, Pasquale. I'm going to figure out what I'm owed the government and the taxes.
Look at what's supporting the United States. Broken down a little cabbage puss. Luigi, if America was to depend on you for a living, it would have to move to Mexico. And by the way, if you're going to figure out your income tax, why are you walking in the street with your business book?
How am I going to see accountant?
Accountant?
Yeah, that's Horowitz. He's recommending me somebody. He's said, fellas, take my assets, equal with my deficits, make trial balance. Then he's got a figure from my debits and credits.
What's the matter, Luigi? You swallow an ad in the machine? They should have put you in charge of the Marshall plan. In 2 months, it would be the Morris plan. Ooh, what a boob. Horowitz, accountant, the fissits, the pussits. Luigi, always you in trouble. You running around there, here, everywhere for information, when I'm sitting here with the facts into my head, and you could have come straight to the dope.
You know, you're so right, Pasquale. Nobody's a bigger doper than you.
That's a funny thing. And when I'm say it, it's a come out of different. Luigi, forget this accountant. I'm going to do all of the work for you for nothing.
For nothing?
Yes.
Thank you, Pasquale, but... Hey, do you know how to make our tax good?
Luigi, if I didn't, would the government send 3 or 4 men every year just to look at my tax returns?
Oh, then maybe you can help me with my tax, Pasquale.
Sure, little pumpkin head. Luigi, is there nothing I don't know about figures and the numbers and the statistics? Now, the first thing that the government wants to know, how many dependents you got?
Dependents?
Yes. In your declaration, you got to tell them exactly how many dependents you got. This law was passed in 1776, the Declaration of Dependence.
Oh, sure. How many dependents I got, Pasquale?
Not enough. That's the way they got you, Luigi. You're living alone, a miserable little bachelor, making millions of American girls unhappy by not getting married. So the government gets a revenge on you.
A revenge? How?
They make you fill out the longer form. You see, normally, since you're only 5'6" you would have filled out a shorter form. But to punish you for being a spinster, they make out a bigger list of taxes, and for you, you're stuck with a longer form.
Pasquale, is this really true?
What do you think? I'm smart enough to make all this up of my own head? Luigi, is a dark days ahead for you, unless...
Unless what?
Unless you surprise him by suddenly getting yourself a new dependent.
But, Pasquale, where am I going to get a dependent?
Marry my daughter, Rosa.
Back to the longer form. No, Pasquale, answer is still a no. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to go...
Wait. Give me that business book of yours. I'll help you out anyway. I don't know why I got such a soft spot in my head for you.
Oh, thank you, Pasquale.
Some business ledger. Nickel and notebook, and on the cover is a picture of Gene Autry. Hey, keep it quiet while I figure out your tax.
Right.
Let's see. You earn $400 the last year, spend $825. That's $825 minus $400. Carry down a 5, push over 1 is 0. Squeeze in a 6 and move over to 4. Now we press it down to 7, add the luxury tax for being a bachelor, times it by 10% amusement tax, add 2.5 for city sales tax. Now we bring down the 4, scratch out this 2, and we add a 0 for every year you got to wait before you're a citizen. That's to come out, Luigi, I got a terrible news for you. You know how much you owe the government?
How much?
$300,000.
$300,000? Pasquale, that's impossible.
I wouldn't have believed it unless I did it myself.
Well, Pasquale, I can't pay. What am I going to do?
Stop begging for mercy. Pay your taxes like every honest American.
Hey, but Pasquale, you think maybe you pushed in a couple of zeros too much?
Look, you tax dodger, your troubles is just the start. Treasury Department's very strict. Comes to March 15th, President Truman is look over the books. He's to say, Morgenthal's $300,000 are missing for that new battleship. Where's the money? Morgenthal's to say, sorry, Harry, Basco is no come through with his money. And Luigi, on account of you, Admiral Halsey is got to live in a rowboat. And another thing, you ain't going to be tried in a plain little court like the Supreme. You're going to be tried in a special income tax court for broke immigrants, the CPA.
CPA, what's that?
Court for poor aliens.
Before we return to Life with Luigi, I'd like to say a word about Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum and the enjoyment it can give you. It's fun to sink your teeth into a good piece of gum and chew for as long as you want. What's more, delicious Wrigley's Spearmint Gum is chock full of lively, real mint flavor that cools your mouth, freshens your taste, and sweetens your breath. So enjoy chewing Wrigley's Spearmint Gum often. It costs so little and tastes so good. Now let's turn to page 2 of Luigi Basco's letter to his mother in Italy.
And so, Mamma Mia, I'm sitting here in my store and I don't know what to do about the paying of my income taxes. $300,000. Mamma Mia, I know taxes was high in America, but they're not so high. Anyway.
Luigi, my fellow boob.
Oh, hello, Schultz.
Luigi, why have you got your suitcases packed? Where are you going?
Alcatraz.
What?
Pasquale says that's where I'm gotta go.
Luigi, don't you think you would have more fun in Florida for the winter? Ach, you little schnitzelkopf. What's this talk about Alcatraz? Has Pasquale been teasing you again?
He's figured out I'm more government to $300,000.
$300,000? Luigi, for that, the government would sell you a half interest in Fort Knox. Where did Pasquale get that figure from?
Well, he's told me I'm bachelor, and if I'm a marry Rosa, wholesale. Then the government is going to excuse the luxury tax and let me sign the Declaration of Independence in 1776.
Oh, that scheming Pasquale, has he got you for shimmered? Luigi, don't you know you can't possibly owe the government $300,000? It only seems that way when you send in the check.
Then, Schultz, how much am I owe them? How much should the government want from me?
But that's very easy to figure. How much money did you make last year?
$400.
That's what the government wants.
Huh?
Now, smile, Luigi. I'm just making a joke. Look, the chances are with the money you earned last year, your taxes can't amount to more than a few dollars.
Few dollars, sir. Schultz, how am I kind of know for sure?
For sure? For sure, nobody knows. No, wait. Into my head, an idea just pooped. Why don't you go straight downtown to the income tax department where the government man figures you out your taxes for nothing?
The government man, he does this for me?
Sure.
Well, Schultz, that's a wonderful idea. I'm going to go right now.
Good. Now, cheer up, Luigi. Smile. Be like me, happy. Always laughing. My rheumatism is killing me. Ach, that little Wiener Schnitzel, always...
Hey, Schultz!
Oh, hello, Pasquale. Why don't you stop frightening Luigi? What's the idea of telling him he owes the government all that money?
Oh, I was just pulling his leg.
And what did you expect to fall out? $300,000?
Holy horses, Mr. Delicatessen.
Why, it's lucky I came along and told him to go downtown to the income tax department. Why don't you ever give Luigi some sensible advice like that?
Schultz, look on my side. Have you got a 250-pound daughter you're trying to marry off?
The poor little Luigi, between you and Rosa and the income tax department, maybe he is better off in a nice, peaceful place like Alcatraz. Goodbye.
So Luigi's going to downtown to the government taxi man. Taking us a business ledger with him. I got to do something. I got it. Oh, I was so smart I should have had my head examined. Where's that the Monopoly game that Rosa gave me for Christmas? Sure, if this little scheme will work, so Luigi's going to be happy to settle with the government for only $300,000. Luigi.
Pasquale, I'm no one talking to you.
I know you saw. Luigi, I was only having fun with you. Please, forget it. What's happened is all the past. Is the water under the bridges.
Pasquale, I'm going to downtown right now to see you and come a taxi man. Goodbye.
Luigi, I said I was sorry. Be man enough to accept my apologizes.
All right, Pasquale. All right, I apologize.
Good. Now, take it easy. There's no rush. Sit down and we'll play a little Monopoly.
Monopoly? What's that?
It's a game. Something like that card game I taught you, Canazza. Only this Monopoly game is going to teach you all about the high finances and the bigger businesses. So when you talk to the income tax man, you want to sound like a greenhorn.
Oh, good.
Now I'm going to spread out this Monopoly board.
Hey, you look very pretty. What's this game, Pasquale?
Monopoly. Oh. Now, look, you see these little things here? They stand for buildings, you see? And these little blocks stand for railroads. These are for banks. Now, to start the game, you get 4 railroads, 2 hotels, 6 blocks of real estate, and $75,000.
Pasquale, that's a game?
That's right. You're rich. Remember everything you own, Luigi?
Well,
maybe I better write it all down in your business ledger book.
In my ledger book?
Oh, don't worry. I use this empty page here.
All right. But, Pasquale, how we know who's the winner of the game?
Oh, we roll the dice, see? Idea is for you to win over all of my buildings and my railroads, and every time you win, I'm going to write it down in your ledger book. Understand?
Sure. Hey, Pasquale, it sounds like a fun. Come on, let's play.
All right, I'll roll the dice.
All right.
Luigi, you're just the 1/2 of Michigan Boulevard.
Hey, I'm lucky, huh?
Yeah, sure. Wait, I'll write it down in your book.
All right.
Hey, Luigi, if your luck keeps up, by the time you see that income tax man, you're going to be a millionaire.
Yeah, I'm going to be a millionaire.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Byron.
Quite all right. Glad to be of service. Mr. Basco?
Present. Here I am, Mr. Taximan.
I believe you're next. Won't you come in, please?
Oh, thank you.
Now, where are your records?
Huh?
Didn't you bring your records with you?
Oh, you like music?
I meant your tax records.
Oh, sure. Here, my business book.
I see. Don't you have a checking account?
No, I had a checkbook once, my first week in America, but no more.
Why not?
Was only 20 checks in a book, and I'm going to use them all up.
Well, you could have gotten another book.
No, I'm going to use up all of my money, too.
Oh, I see. You said before that you did make out 20 checks.
Sure.
Where are the stubs?
Huh?
Don't you have the stubs?
No, I'm going to never smoke a cigar.
Never mind. I'll go over the figures in your book.
All right. You're not going to find it too much there. Just tells her how I made $400 and I spent the $8 to $25.
Seems to me that you're underestimating yourself. How much money would you say you're worth, Mr. Basco?
All together?
Yes, altogether. How much money are you worth today?
Wait, I'm looking in my pocket.
Oh, come, Mr. Basco. Let's not be modest. It strikes me as rather peculiar that a man with your vast resources should use such a simple little ledger book.
Hey, mister, what are you talking about?
Here it is. You own the Metropolitan Life Insurance Building.
Me? I'm lucky if I can make a payment on my Blue Shield medical plan.
Don't you own the entire block on 1890 North French Boulevard?
What? I don't even own a bottle 1890 French dressing.
Now, don't pretend ignorance. It's right here in your book. Your holdings are spread all over the world. $4 million in cash in the California Bank, 135,000 shares Santa Fe Railway, the Waldorf Astoria Hotel, and 3 coffee plantations in Brazil.
I'm on all this?
Yes.
If I had a cigar, I would offer to you.
You're wealthy.
You're crazy.
Mr. Basco, let's not waste any more time. It's all down here in black and white.
Impossible. I'm going to use a blue ink.
Mr. Basco, you're treating this entire thing as a game.
A game? Oh, hey, that's right. Let me see those pages. Oh, Mr. Income Tax Man. That's Pasquale's fault. It's a monopoly.
Oh, monopoly, eh? Don't you know that's a violation of the Sherman antitrust law?
Oh, no, that's how wrong you are. I'm got no antitrust. I'm only got the Uncle Pietro. And all he's got is a goat. Oh, please, Mr. Income Man, please, believe me.
Luigi, what's happened? I'm going to come down here as fast as you call me.
Pasquale, I'm in the worst trouble of my life. In come a tax man in that office. He says I'm owed the government $1 million because of what you wrote in my book from that Monopoly game.
You mean to say he's a no believer it was a game?
No, Pasquale, please, you got to go in his office and explain everything.
Oh, how sweet. Luigi, for 16 months I've been trying to get you in this bear trap, and now you caught it. Well, what do you say, my son?
All right, to call in the bear, Papa.
Rosa! Rosa! Rosa!
You called me, Papa.
Yes, my little bunny face. Rosa, say hello to Luigi.
Hello, Rosa.
Rosa, Luigi's ready to marry you, and this time is for real.
What's the racket out here?
Oh, Mr. Income Tax Man. I'm a Pasquale, the man Luigi's called down to explain to you about the Monopoly game. See, I even brought the game with me. Handwriting in that book is mine. Empty out of Luigi's pockets. You're going to find nothing but breadcrumbs for the birdies.
Well, if you say so, all right, Mr. Pasquale. I'm glad you explained the whole thing to me. I guess it was a little far-fetched.
Sure. Look, I'm Luigi Basco's a good Sumerian, and I'm ready to stand and pay whatever income tax he's owe you.
Well, that's very nice. Naturally, he doesn't owe us $1 million. I have the new figure based on the revised estimate.
Good. I got my checkbook ready to pay you. How much is the amount?
$80,000.
I'm going to...
Just make it out to the Department of Internal Revenue.
Rosa, come over to me. We're late for supper.
Oh, supper.
How about Pasquale, please? What about you promised like we wasn't made up? Don't you want me for a son-in-law?
Never saw you before in my life. Don't ever want to see you again. Besides, for $80,000, I can get Errol Flynn. Come on, Rosa.
My goodness, he was really mad, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think maybe he's never going to ask me again to marry Rosa. Oh, Mr. Internal Man. You're really fine fella for helping me to play such a joke on a Pasquale.
Well, when I saw the joke that he had played on you, I just couldn't resist helping you get even with him.
You know, people, they say you income tax fellas, you're very hard. I think you're very soft.
Well, thank you. Mr. Basco, you understand that what I just did was highly irregular and unofficial. Please don't mention this incident to anyone.
Oh, don't worry. I'm happier my friend should be Uncle Sam than a Papa Pasquale. So, Mamma Mia, everything is to turn out all right with the government. And later, the tax man has figured out my tax for the 1949. I'm reading someplace that the government is expected to take in this year $46,361,740,121.56. Mamma Mia, I'm proud to tell you that the $1.56 is what I'm paying. Your loving son, Luigi Basco, a little immigrant.
Folks, the makers of Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum hope you enjoyed tonight's episode of Life with Luigi. And they'd like to remind you that Wrigley's Spearmint is a good, wholesome treat for the whole family. Children like it and grown-ups like it. Best of all, a stick of Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum is a perfect treat to enjoy between meals. It's refreshing, it's satisfying, yet it won't dull the appetite. So always keep a few packages of delicious Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum handy. Let your family enjoy it often. The makers of Wrigley's Spearmint Gum invite you to listen next week at this time when Luigi Basco writes another letter to his Mama Basco in Italy. Life with Luigi is a Cy Howard production and is written by Mac Benoff and Lou Derman and directed by Mac Benoff. J. Carrol Naish is starred as Luigi Basco with Alan Reed as Pasquale, Hans Conried as Schultz, Jody Gilbert as Rosa, Mary Shipp as Miss Spaulding, Joe Forte as Horowitz, and Ken Peters as Olson. Music is under the direction of Lud Gluskin. Friends, the Wrigley Company invite you to listen to their other program, The Gene Autry Show, every Saturday night over most of these same CBS stations. Bob Stevenson speaking. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.